Hi ladies, my name is Shonda and I'm here today to talk to you about our new TruShine gel system. This has been a complete game changer for me. I have been a nail biter for the majority of my childhood, and I kind of kicked the habit in college, but I never really had strong nails after that. So my nails today, you can see, are super long. They're all grown past my fingertips, which is very unusual for me, and they're very durable. But I've been wearing these wraps. This is our style box from August, the mixed mani portion of the style box, and I have had it on for 2 full weeks, and I've had the gel over it, and this is how durable the wraps can be with gel. I have been to the beach, I've been doing my normal dishwashing, cleaning out swimming pool, crafts. I've been using hot glue and got hot glue all over the ends of my fingers, and still no lifting at all, and all of my wraps are still on really well. So I do have funny curves to my nails, so sometimes the edges are hard to keep them from lifting when I don't have the gel over my wraps, because like I said, my nails are very soft and flexible. But with gel, I don't have that problem anymore. So hopefully gel can be a game changer for you as well. Okay, so first things first, I have to take off my wraps. Now again, these are the wraps that have the gel layered over them. But the great thing about layering like this is the wrap is actually what's attached to your nail. So you don't have to use your removal packets that are the acetone, so you can save those, the ones that came in your kit, if you're doing gel over your wraps. All you need is acetone, non-acetone or acetone fingernail polish remover. Now I highly recommend the Jamberry lacquer remover. It has been so popular in removing wraps that they have now renamed this to wrap and lacquer remover because it's so good for removing your wraps. One great thing about it is the fact that it does have some great oils in it that will actually nourish your nails while you're removing them. So it's much better for your nails, and you'll feel the difference compared to like acetone fingernail polish removers. So what I like to use is a cotton round, and I get the ones that aren't real fluffy because I don't like to get the wispy little fuzzy things off of them. So what I like to do is go ahead and pump it a few times so I get it good and soaked. You can see that pink tint to it. I've got quite a bit on there. I pumped it about 3 times, and then I'm going to start removing my wraps. Now the first thing that I do is I normally use my thumbnail from my other hand, but you can use your orange stick, and these come in the Jamberry application kit, but there's also going to be several of them included in your gel kit, so that's great. You can use those to break the seal all the way around the edge, or you can use your thumbnail, either one. So what we're doing now is just going to break the seal around the edge of your wrap, and you'll notice mine is coming up a little bit, if you can see that. And now I'm going to take my lacquer remover and start to work on that same edge. And the reason that I like to use my thumbnail to do this is I can actually feel you know, kind of how loose it is or how much of it's starting to lift. And then I'm just going to work all the way around. Now I like to go side to side instead of going from the bottom up. I like to start on one side and go sideways. And the reason for that is maybe just a personal thing. It starts to, it makes me feel like I'm actually going a little bit slower, because once you get towards the end and it's just barely hanging on, sometimes it's kind of really easy just to kind of pull at it a little more than you should. And I found that if I do this, I end up saving the end of my nail a whole lot better. So you can see that I removed my wrap with the gel on it. Here it is. And there's no damage to my nail. And again, these have been on for 2 full weeks. So I'm going to do that to the rest of my nails and then show you the next step. Okay, so now I have all my wraps removed, and you can see how long my nails are, which this is really long for me. So I'm actually going to trim my nails to prepare for my next set of jams. Now for young kids, you might want to actually not trim first. apply the jams and then use your clippers to trim the jam and the nail at the same time. This works really well on small children, but you can also do that on short nails as well. So now that I've gotten all the wraps off, one other thing, if for any reason, because several of us do have kind of different size nails, and so you may have a small gap on the side between your wrap and your skin. And so you could potentially have a little bit of the gel on the side of your finger. And if you do, you can use a small amount of acetone and that'll actually come off. But I have found that the amount that I typically have on the sides of my nails is so small that as I'm removing my wrap, it kind of just comes off with it and doesn't actually leave any marks on my nails. So I'm going to trim my nails and then apply my next set of wraps. Okay, so you can see that my nails are all trimmed down, and this is the length that I typically wear them at. And just want to remind you that oils and jams don't mix. So I'm about to put on my next set of wraps, and the oils that were in this need to be removed before we apply our next set of wraps. Now, if you're not using the January nail lacquer or wrap and lacquer remover, you can use other fingernail polish remover to remove your jams. But remember that a lot of those have oils in them as well. So you do want to make sure that you're washing your hands with, you can wash with dish soap and make sure that that has no oils, because that does have a grease cutter in it as well. Or you can go straight to your nail prep solution that comes in the same pump style bottle. If you do have your gel kit already, you have plenty of these nail prep pads. They're really awesome. These are lint free and they work really nicely. They're also very large, so you can do your whole manicure and pedicure with one packet. So I'm going to move on and go ahead and use my cotton round and my nail prep solution, and go ahead and make sure that I am cleaning all of my nails off really, really good. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm also pushing back my cuticles quite a bit so that I make sure that I am giving myself the most exposure as far as my nail bed. And the reason for that is it just tends to kind of give you a couple extra days of your jams looking great because the growth doesn't show as quickly if you push back your cuticles really well. So now I'm going to apply my next set of jams, and then I will show you the exciting layering of your new TruShine gel. Okay, so you can see that it is clear, and we're going to remove the excess from the brush, and I am going to put a very light coat, making sure to include the tip, on all 4 of my fingers. And the reason that I'm doing 4 is that that's about all the fingers I can fit in that light box at one time. So again, just really light coats. And you want to do this in a very well lit area so that you can see whether or not you have any type of bubbles, or because if you put it on a little thick, it will start to kind of, you'll just barely see little bubbles, or if you have maybe have fuzz or anything like that on your fingers. So if you can, try to paint the tips as well, just so you're really sealing that wrap on to your fingers, so onto your nails. So I'm going to go ahead and let that cure, and it is a self timer, so it will turn off all by its little self. Now, once you do all of your fingers in the base coat, you are going to take your solution or your alcohol prep pad and go ahead and clean all of your nails. And the reason for that is because there is a slight bit of tackiness to the gel base coat once you're finished. It's perfectly normal. That's the way it cures. And so you'll want to clean that off before you do your top coat. Okay, so I've done my base coat. I've already cleaned them with my alcohol prep pad or my cotton ball solution. And now I'm about to apply the top coat. Now the top coat is much, much thicker than the base coat. So again, you're going to really make sure you clean the excess off of the brush and then do light, thin coat. Now, this is the same way. This is not going to actually dry until you cure it. So if you're not great at painting your nails, well, guess what? Take your time. Just like when we were kids trying to learn to paint our nails, and you know, we always ended up with some crazy looking fingers as kids. The good thing about this is it's very clear. So if you're not great at painting your nails, start with applying the clear over your wraps. And then as you get more comfortable, then you can move on to using the beautiful colors. Now the color that you're going to get in your starter kit is called Black Cherry, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm sure you've seen a couple of pictures of that. And there are so many lovely colors that are available. I cannot wait to get party dress in. It's still early, and this is only the 6th day of September, so I haven't gotten any of the colors in my hands yet other than the color that came with the kit. Now, I was lucky enough to pick up my kit at the Jamboree convention, so I do have a color that's exclusive to the consultants that attended. So, but it is also very, very pretty. But today I'm just doing this over my wraps so that you guys can get more comfortable doing yours as well. Now, one final thing, after you are finished with your top coat, you're going to, one more time, clean your nails off with your alcohol prep pad or your solution, because they are just barely tacky. Now, it's not bad. I can still touch it, and it's not going to leave like fingerprints or anything, but it's just kind of got a little stickiness to it. So definitely want to take my solution and clean that off. So, and just like that, you're done. You're going to have a new love with your jams by layering them with gel, and you will be completely amazed at the difference that it makes whenever you do that. 2 weeks for me with no wear, no signs of wear whatsoever, is absolutely phenomenal, because like I said, I have very weak flexible nails, so it's very hard for me to always have great luck with keeping my jams on for 2 weeks. So, but not anymore. Game changer, ladies. I hope this helps. If you do need additional assistance, we would be more than happy to help you out. So contact your consultant. And if you don't have a consultant, look me up. Thanks.